Beijing, in the summer of 2008, will host the world's top athletes who support genocide, slavery, religious intolerance, cultural repression, and selling deadly products to Americans. Nations that participate, tourists who go, and advertisers who pay for China's Genocide Olympics also actively support those 5 points. Their actions help squelch civil liberties. They're actively opposing self-determination for the occupied peoples of Tibet and East Turkestan. Between them, Tibet and East Turkestan make up well over half of what is called China on the map, but the people there are not Chinese. Tourists at the Genocide Olympics can ride the world's most destructive railway, recently carved through formerly pristine mountains to the Tibetan plateau. There, they'll experience a Disney-esque version of Tibetan Buddhism. Fake Tibetan Buddhism approved by the government. Fake Tibetan Buddhists who deny the Dalai Lama. And in northeastern China, Master Yu, who heads the 1,200-year-old esoteric school of Buddhism, was arrested. Tai Chi masters are not allowed to leave China. Falun Gong was suppressed. Let's not forget Tiananmen Square. Neurotoxin pesticides made bees extinct in a large province in China. People now pollinate all the plants there by hand. No labor rights in China. Some factories there have been busted for slavery, but they support the institution of slavery in another important way. Darfur genocide is paid for primarily by PetroChina, owned primarily by the same entity hosting the Genocide Olympics. Darfur genocide is only the third segment of the PetroChina-sponsored Sudanese genocide. First, Sudanese soldiers wiped out the Christians in southern Sudan. Then they slaughtered the people of tribal religions in the south. Then a peace agreement, and the world made much fanfare that the genocide was over. But it wasn't over, it had just moved on to Darfur. And that's all for oil. But not all the people disappeared in the Sudan are killed. Some children are taken and sold as slaves on the Arabian Peninsula. In emirates such as Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Qatar, tiny Darfurian boys make the best camel jockeys. They're so light. International pressure convinced some camel tracks to replace jockeys with robots. The slaves are still imported and some camel tracks still use them. In 1937, Charlie Chaplin's movie The Great Dictator decried concentration camps. Then, a year later, in 1938, Nazi Germany hosted the Olympics. Are we who study history condemned to watch the world repeat it?